Greetings, students. I assume you are all ready to learn a great deal tonight. Yes. What bleary faces. Let us exchange them for bright and eager countenances. Yes. For there is much to be excited about, and always much more to learn. Life is a journey of discovery, of self-reflection, of expanding knowledge. And that is precisely what this surf project has been all about, the expansion of awareness. Now, you knew as you were about to dive into these fleshly vehicles that you would forget, and that was quite amenable to you, for you knew that you would have the opportunity to remember in due time, when the stars aligned with your fate, and you were on the path to self-awareness again. And remember, students, that we always have opportunities for learning in the astral realm and the higher dimensional echelons. But what is interesting, and yes, there are many of you, my students. What is interesting is how this self-discovery is really planetary discovery and universal discovery. I know that I have said, and I will continue to say, ad nauseam in fact, that we are all one. We are all connected as one ginormous hive consciousness. The human collective is getting quite smart and self-aware. But what interests me more is the heart smarts, which I do hope you are catching on to the fact that this is the most important intelligence. The intelligence of the heart, of the human and universal hearts. That is what Ascension is all about. Discovery of the life inside of the universal heart that beats individuated, and yet, as one. My heart is connected to yours. My experiences, although vastly different from yours, are of course connected, as we are individuated, fractalized aspects of the same source, which is in fact, frankly, very exciting to me. We are like different facets of a shimmering diamond. We see from the perspective of where we are placed on the diamond, don't we? And yet we are all on the same diamond. We are the stuff of stars, of diamonds, in a carbon shell. Diamonds are compressed, highly compressed carbon. And you know this, my blooming geologists of spiritual natures. Where was I? Merlin is puffing his long wizard's pipe, and purple glittery smoke is filling the air. 𝐊𝐧𝐸, really. You should not let me go off on such tangents. But I do enjoy them so. I believe we were discussing Ascension. Now Ascension is much like this purple smoke that I enjoy illustrating with. He is showing me the purple smoke becoming galaxies from the void, sparkling and new. He is showing me various specks of dust from the cloud, hopping onto the smoky planets and stars to have an experience, and yet, all of it is the same purple magic smoke. Yes, that is a fine example. And of course, your dragons, your animals, all of the creations that you have within your world would be a part of this. Humanity must learn to see itself as a part of the all so that infighting can stop. It must end. It is time. This has been such a wearying world. I have not embodied since the 12th century. I prefer to teach in the high classrooms, where I have camaraderie with my colleagues of various galactic natures. It is invigorating to see how alike and yet how different we are. Humanity will be affronted with these facts sooner than later when the Galactics show their hands. You do not like that phrase. Instead, how about show their love for humanity and step into the fray? Yes, that is better. 𝐊𝐴𝐶𝐸, do you have questions? Sometimes, Merlin, in these dense bodies it is hard to feel the love of God. Can you talk about that? About the isolation that light workers feel? Yes, the question of loneliness and feeling cut off. Well, dear, it is all of the same. It is the energy of separation, of loneliness. For look at all of these beautiful particles of glimmering purple smoke. How can each speck of dust within this giant cloud be lonely? They are side by side their other aspects. The trick of Earth is that each dust particle, each human, felt a sense of unworthiness, as if they were not worthy to be a part of the whole, a dust particle of God, if you will. And so of course they should that possibility of truth and close that door, thus creating loneliness and fear. For if one is not worthy of the love of God, then is one only worthy of the lack of love of God. And that is a scary place indeed. That is in fact what your religious institutions have sprung upon and force-fed you. Sin and death and separation and lack, dark and fire. Really, it is utterly ridiculous. How can the love of God be anything but love? How can God be separated from itself? And yet, that is the grand illusion. And so when one finds within them that they are worthy of love, because they are, and that they are therefore worthy of loving of themselves, and loving of their sisters and brothers, then it is a drastically different world experience. Is it not? The only separation of this world is the separation of the mind from the heart. The separation of the mind from the heart is a very dangerous place to be. Many worlds and realms have fallen with such division. Yes, students, God, universal source, creator is love. And that is why this project is so tremendously important. Because you are so loved. Because Guy is so loved. And because we are all aware that we are connected. If you fail, we fail. And so there will be no failing. Now, whether the grand awakening will be right now, or in 5 minutes or 5 years, I don't know. How could I know? As an old professor of dusty books and purple smoke? But I do know God. I am friends with Creator. I have lived long enough that I can say with certainty that you are the gem in the bottom of the sea that is worth pulling out all the stops to go find. And so, Gaia will be found, and all upon her are loved. When you feel this love, really feel it, your world will change. And it starts within, as an aspect of the cosmos. When you love yourselves, you love the whole. When you love your neighbor, your irritating coworkers, all of it, when you love them, you love the all and you heal the collective bit by bit. Kind word by kind word, laugh by laugh. And so for the second part of your question, the loneliness aspect, yes, it is within the mind. The mind is what is lonely, for it is lonely for the wisdom of the heart. The mind is the computer, and the heart is the software, programming love into the world around which one lives. Do you see? Good questions. I sense some cynicism in the group at large. You have been through much, but now, dear students, that you are all transmuting and processing much of the unconscious collective. Know that when you have waves of coming dread of fear, or of things that you thought you already healed, you probably already did, but are healing some for someone else. Serving the whole. Plus your psychic abilities are really becoming quite keen, which is also exciting. And so you may be picking up on the emotions of those that surround you at work or home. And you are doing them all a favor when you send those irritating feelings not more irritation, but more love. For there is plenty of irritation in this world right now. It is time for more love. More love and more magic. Are you not excited for teleportation? We practice tonight in my office. When you are ready and nodding off, intend to come to my study for further lessons. Class dismissed. Thank you for watching. We love you so much.